Hello, everybody, and welcome to Poison Talks Volume 14 with my pal Mongo M'goo. Mongo, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. It's nice to be here.
It is so nice to have you here.
You finally got tired of me shouting at you.
If I were tired of shouting at you, would I have you here?
Also, you don't have your camera on Discord, so I need to look over here to see you.
Yeah, I really tried. I tried to fix that because that's been an issue from the beginning of Poison Talks.
Oh,
like interviewing a bunch of other smaller streamers is just like, oh, that's just part of it. But Derek, you specifically was like, I'm sure you run in your Poison type. But thank you for. We're gonna make it work. It's gonna be good.
I thought Mongo was a little boy. Why, thank you, John.
So on that note, perfect starter. Mongo, tell the people about yourself. Who are you? Who are you?
I am a Swedish 20-year-old who lives in my parents' basement, and I draw funny cartoons.
That sounds like the best personal ad I've ever read. That like a Tinder bio? Yeah. It's true. Mongo is not a black and white drawing. He is a whole person. And you know, it's funny. It's an issue that I ran into when I had Jess on. It's like Poison Talks is become this thing where I get to know other creators and get to learn a little more about them. But I feel like this is kind of cheating because you are a friend of mine. It's like it's really just an excuse to hang out with you. So yeah. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, let's talk about how you came into our lives. Do you
With a torch.
Specifically, it was the Mongo Begins, as it were. It was just a random viewer co-op day, right? That that you're just like, yeah, this guy seems funny. I'll play with him. And
I found you on YouTube, and I thought, hey, this guy's fun. I'll go watch him live. No, I never watch anyone live ever, so I just decided, why not start? And yeah,
and
I threw a torch at you, and now we're friends for some reason.
As the story goes, you killed me in the Star Challenge in Spelunky 2.
Yeah.
But I remember the energy that you brought to the stream. You were like instantly a bigger hit than like me. I've told this story before, and it is genuinely true. Like that was right before some kind of holiday. I think it was Easter last year. And I went to my family's for Easter, and my mother brought up like, who is that? Who's that? The Swedish fella. Everyone in chat was calling him the Swede. What's his Mongo? I love Mongo. He's my favorite. And so
I haven't seen the Swede command in a while.
We still have the Swede command, right? Someone toss it in.
Come on, someone do the Swede command.
But it's funny because you like me.
You need to do it with two E's. Sunset.
They're playing like. Is it gone? We'll re-add it. I blame Shark. Anyway, so you, like me, started from nothing and just kind of stumbled into this thing, and have become a beloved community figure in your own right. And people get excited to have you around here specifically, but then you started doing your own streaming thing. And what got you, besides me, obviously, what got you interested in streaming?
Well, burnout. Basically, in things I do, like I had lost my want to play video games, and I had lost my want to draw. So I thought maybe if I gave myself a reason to do it, maybe that will rekindle the spark. Give me the want again, basically, and that. Sure. It didn't really work because apparently I was just in a dip in creativity and wanting to play video games, and then I came up again and instead got burnout in streaming, and so I haven't streamed in quite a while.
Well, and the nice thing about someone with your level of talent is it doesn't really matter if you do it like once a month, once a year. Like, people are interested in the things you do. and specifically, as you were saying, your art. So to pull a couple up on stream, I think this was the very first fan art you ever did for me.
Yeah.
The classic me making funny noises. And there's
I asked you, hey, do you have like a quote you'd like me to write, and you just said "ow."
I'll never get away from that Stallone impression. but over time, like you've put together so many different little pieces of Poisontype and Pac-Man fan art, and it's all so cool. And obviously not just for me. You don't just exist as a figment of Poisontype chat's imagination. You have your own portfolio of cool stuff you make on screen. Ko-fi.com/Mongo M'goo. Go check out some of the stuff. But like I love this piece of Mariachi Bug, or whatever the title.
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it. Music Bug.
He's one of my favorite characters I've ever made.
What got you started with drawing in the first place? What got you like wanting to make things?
Comics.
Mm-hmm.
I've always read comics like Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, I love Calvin and Hobbes. I have.
And I spent more times in school doodling than actually doing work.
Mm-hmm.
So I just made like tiny comics. My first ever character I made for a comic I was like 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I just drew a circle and gave it legs and arms and just that's Gondolondo. That's that character. He fights crime.
Cool. I mean, I feel like a lot of kids have that in them, where it's just like doodling. I used to draw Yoshi's Island characters in math class all the time. Partly because they're easy, like, oh, it's Selva the Slime, circle, dot dot. Cool. But not everyone has, I guess, the dedication to make the cool stuff you've made. What keeps you doing it? You talk a little bit about burnout, but you still have, even if we're just talking about the stuff you've made for this stream, you have a lot in you.
I don't know. I just draw. I don't know what keeps me doing it. It's like you know, the state of flow.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I just get an idea and I just think, hey, what if I draw this? And I take out a piece of paper, take out my pens, and I just start drawing.
Sure.
And then suddenly it's 2 a.m.
True. And I mean, that's something like, I feel like I have that somewhere in me, not necessarily for drawing, but like if I have an idea, like I find myself sticking with it sometimes to logical extremes, like the animation we showed right before you showed up of us chasing each other as the Yume Nikki parody.
That's an amazing animation, by the way. I really love that.
Well, if I don't have like some kind of focus like that, like I have trouble just sitting down and creating. But if I have that, like I get that it's something that like you're compelled to do on some level that you don't understand, I think is what you're saying, because that's how it is for me.
Yeah.
And on that note, let's talk about Jim the Hedgehog. Let's not talk about Jim the Hedgehog, but it's on screen. Thank you. Original character. Do not steal. Let's talk about Crust, because the Spelunky community. Let's pull this up real big. This is your official character skin that you made for Spelunky, which is you, and we'll have it cover our faces because I didn't set this up particularly well.
Yeah, I decided that, hey, my first skin shall be drawn traditionally because I'm stupid.
Yeah, but it came out amazing. Like there's so much personality and emotion in that.
It took 2 months.
But from there, you wound up. You're kind of known for making Crust skins in the community. And I know the story, but for those in chat who might not, how did Crust come about?
Well, first of all, people kept asking me if I would make any more Spelunky skins. Like, do you take commissions? And I was just like, never. I will never do that because this took me 2 months. I will not enter hell willingly again. But then one stream, you were just like, hey, can someone make me a badly drawn Pac-Man skin? And before you ended that sentence, I had already opened my drawing program and just started making these, just drawing a circle. And however badly that circle came, I drew it with a mouse, by the way. However badly that circle came out, I just used that as the Pac-Man. And so I made an entire skin. I cheated my whole way through. I just copy and pasted constantly everywhere. Just the crouch, which is a staple of the crust skins, is just taking the picture and just like
that's not cheating. That's working smarter, not harder.
And the flip animation on the old version of Poison Crust was just doing the duck animation, and then flipping it, and then that's it.
Well, from there, you wound up making I don't know the order, but a Jesse Webb crust skin, Sunset by Plane crust skin, Burnt Jam crust skin, a Kersey crust skin, like, I feel like there's one or two more.
Because Jess wanted one, and so she commissioned me, and then she commissioned me again to make one for Sunset.
Sure.
And then people started making their own, and started commissioning me more and more, and I was not prepared for it. And now there's like constantly I see stuff. It's Crust, whatever.
Yeah, Crust has taken on its own life, and the way Crust came about in the first place, the idea of Crust was because I took your Spelunky skin, the one I showed off a second ago, and manually installed it incorrectly on Spelunky, so I had a bunch of JPEG artifacts and ugly stuff on it. And the quote from you, why does everything you touch turn to crust? So it's endlessly funny to me how memes or funny things like organically come from us just coming on and being ourselves, right? Yeah. Like goofy and silly, but you know, you're known as being like a big, lovable, volatile, crazy guy, but easy to laugh, easy to make people laugh, and probably going to ruin a run of Spelunky when we play together. And
yeah.
Are those night vision goggles? I love that. It's like you look like Dr. Octopus.
These are binoculars.
Oh, okay.
I can't see shit right now because everything is right in front of me.
So there's this obligation, it feels like, at least for me, that when I'm online, when I'm live, like I have to be wild and crazy, and oh my god. And I've fought with that sometimes. Like sometimes I'll play it up if I have a crazy death. It's like, oh my god. But for the most part, it's just me. But when you, like me, are known as like this wild card avatar of chaos type of person, like how do you perceive yourself versus how people perceive you like that? Like, do you think that's an extension of you? Do you think it's all an act? Do you get imposter syndrome sometimes?
I absolutely see it as an extension of myself. As you and a lot of other people in chat know, I am diagnosed with both autism and ADHD. And this gives me, like, I have no barriers. Basically, like right now, when I sit here and talk to you, I am sitting like this, as to not flail about constantly.
You're allowed to. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, okay then. So basically, as soon as I let go, I can't talk anymore. So I'm gonna keep doing this.
Okay, that's fine. I'll join you.
If you ask my friends in real life, they will probably tell you that I am constantly high energy. I'm almost never calm.
Sure.
But sometimes it does get. Sometimes it's not that I see myself as like. Maybe I should think before I start.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's a lot to try and put into words for sure. Like for me, when I come on, I am me for sure. But also when I'm on camera, like I want to entertain, you know? Like I feel like it's both.
Yeah, I always feel an obligation to entertain, especially when I'm with friends. I see myself as the funny, and I need to be funny.
Sure.
Which I enjoy. I like being funny.
Sure.
But sometimes other people can get a bit too far. Like it doesn't feel good to be at a party and you know, be sober, whilst some other guy just says he's just like this. He doesn't even need to drink. He's just like this. And it's like, oh, okay, that feels nice. Thanks for that. I guess I'm drunk.
Well, I think back, like for the most part, like I like that when I'm playing co-op, if like I accidentally telefrag someone, people will, instead of being like, oh, poison, they'll be like, that's poison. But on the other hand, I think of like when I was the first time I was on like Xanagir's charity stream doing some talk with him, like he felt the need to warn me beforehand, like, look, I know you're like this goblin, but keep it still for today. I'm like, dude, I'm just a guy, like I'm looking out for the best of the community. Yeah. And I think it's important. My purple box is wrong. Whatever, it's fine. I feel like it's important to. I feel like it's important to, like, recognize that no matter who you're talking to, it's a person behind the name, the avatar, the personality. Like, we're all just people out here, you know? Yeah,
we're all just people.
Yeah. And on a similar note, something that's been interesting to me as you've been around, the name Mongo itself has some negative connotations. But you've said before that you wear it as kind of a badge of honor.
Yeah, I do.
Where did it come from? How did you, like, in some places of the world, from what I understand, and this is beyond me, that it's like a slur, and like you can't say that. But it being your name and you being a lovable guy, like I've never looked at it that way. But where'd the name come from, and how do you balance that with people who are like, eh?
Well, the name Mongo is a slur in Sweden, which is kind of similar to the R word.
Okay.
But as may be pretty obvious by the fact that I am comfortable saying Mongo and not the R word, is that it's not even close as being as bad as that word.
Right.
It basically is just, it means basically the same thing.
Okay.
And it's an insult that people use for other people that they think are mentally incapable of things.
Right.
Which I have been called Mongo quite a lot of times in my life because I am autistic. Which, you know, that's not fun. This is my sad backstory, by the way.
Okay, sure.
So basically, I was bullied for quite a while because I was different.
Mm-hmm.
And I was used. I was threatened with knives. I was pushed downstairs. All of those fun things, you know, and. I was called names, and so I thought, hey, it stings a lot less if I laugh with them at me. Okay. And so when people started calling me like, you Mongo, I was just like, yeah, that's me. Fuck yourself, and then I kept on going. And so being like, and that's kind of where the thing, I'm the fun guy started, because I just. If I didn't berate myself, I felt like shit.
Yeah. I mean, on the one hand, it's a bummer. But on the other hand, what I find is all of the best people I know, the kindest people I know, learned that kindness in a sense from not having it shown to them. I mean, I've been through some stuff. I was also bullied a lot as a kid. I've also had some knives and some stares in my life, you know. And the reason that I preach this message of like, hey, let's be excellent to each other, let's be good to each other, you know, comes from, for me, I know what it's like to be kind of treated on the outside. And I think that's a really powerful thing that we can do for each other and for ourselves, is to like take those things that have hurt us in the past and kind of repurpose them to be something that makes you happy and proud on a much lighter note. It's as simple as something like nerd. When I was a kid, being a nerd, like playing video games all the time, having huge Coke bottle glasses like I did, and chewing holes in all my shirts, like that was not a thing you wanted to be called. Like, hey, you nerd, get out of here. Yeah. But with like video games being everywhere and everyone's mother plays Candy Crush and like superhero movies are the biggest sellers of the box office, like now nerds are cool. And so we're able to reclaim that, like, oh, it's fine to be nerdy. It's fine to be different. It's fine to be it's okay to be Mongo.
Yeah, it's okay to be Mongo.
That being said, You've taken to calling me Jim a lot. May I call you by your name as well?
Yeah, of course.
Theodore, right?
Theodore.
Well, Theodore or Mongo or whatever you like to be called, I'm really happy to have you around, dude. Like I said, there's a real positivity that you bring to this community and to the Spelunky community. But why? What drew you to Spelunky in the first place? Since I know I'm a partner variety streamer now, but
yeah,
Spelunky is still
now.
like, shut up. The Spelunky is still like the game.
Yeah.
What's interesting to you about it, or what in a more broad sense? Like, what draws you to things in entertainment, whether it be video games or streams or art or anything?
Oh God, that's a question. Oh.
I left it open.
I mean, a lot of things. I mean, I like Spelunky because it's fun to play. You know, the controls are really, you know, it feels good to control the game and stuff, and it's easy to read. You know, you basically know how to do anything in that game. You just need to do it.
Sure. Yeah, you don't have to be good at games or good at Spelunky or good at anything. You can just be like, oh, he's whipping something. Cool.
Yeah. Like, you understand that thing does that when that happens. And, you know, everything interacts with each other. But when it comes to... I don't know.
More
art as a whole. I seem to... Now I'm just picking stuff off my table because I don't keep my hand still.
You're doing good. We're doing good.
I need to do something when I'm talking.
I got a Rubik's Cube here I can share.
Which is why I keep doing this. Just it's something to do.
I'll hydrate.
But
okay.
Yeah, when it comes to art as a whole, I tend to get drawn to loneliness for some reason, and I don't exactly know why.
I mean, that's fair. The games you've played, like the background on the stream is from Yume Nikki, which one of the many things that I feel you have in common is like being drawn to the atmosphere of that game and how it's sad and kind of lonely and kind of melancholic is a good word for it. Or Psychonauts, the music in the background, like that has a lot of themes about loneliness and a lot of themes about like the sense of self and figuring it out. At least the first one does. Two, I haven't played yet.
Yeah, I haven't played the second one either because I wanted to stream the first one and then stream the second one, but that's not gonna happen anymore.
Why not?
Well, because every single time I try to play the Psychonauts one, my computer just screamed at me, just stop what you're doing.
I hate when that happens.
And the game never cooperated. It took like 15 minutes every stream to just get the game working. And while I was playing it, I just kind of felt this need to entertain, and I didn't know how, and so I didn't have fun playing the game, and so I'm just gonna not play the game anymore on stream.
That's fair.
I think story-heavy games I'm not gonna play on stream because I can't have fun when I'm doing that.
I find that like not everyone likes that kind of experience as a player or as a viewer. Like I think of my friend Hot Love Fudge, who like had a great time playing Chrono Cross, for example, because he would do all the voices and build like his own character for each of them. But if you're just trying to experience the game like along with chat on that level, it can be tough. But when it comes to streaming, I mean, it's not, you don't stream terribly often. I want to. I want to stream more often. I just don't because I'm procrastinating. Yeah, sure. Do you have any like plans for what you'd like to do with your stream? Would you like to do more art? Do you have any like goals for it? Do you have any aspirations? Like what's the future of Mongo streaming?
I very rarely plan for the future. So I just kind of more art, more games. Probably more Spelunky. Probably more Rain World. I've bought a game that I've never heard of, and I'm gonna try and playing that on stream blind.
What is it?
Circa Infinity.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I just saw it. It looked cool.
We'll play blind together too.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, the nice thing about streaming is, like,
Wait, Jess, you wanted me to speedrun Limbo. Why do you want me to speedrun Inside all of a sudden?
They just want to see you speedrun.
They just want to see me speedrun.
Yeah, that's what Twitch is good for. It's if you're not a speedrunner, what are you even doing? I still haven't uploaded any of my runs to Moss ranking for Spelunky. But like for me, for the last year, I went into it with a goal in mind. Like I would like to be like Grand Pooh Bear, like Twiggle. But the nice thing about streaming is like the measure of success doesn't have to be like being an ambassador someday, making a living off it someday, having 1,000 viewers. You know, it can be. You can be successful just if you're entertaining. You can be successful even if you're hanging out with your friends. You can be successful with whatever you do. And like every time I see a lull or something in chat, like LUL, not LULL. Every time I see someone like having a good time like that, that's what does it for me. And when I've seen you play Jump King, or when I've seen you doing your art stuff, yes, thank you, chat. There's always a lot of that, and I feel like the measure of success as a streamer is how you entertain whatever size audience you have. So I look forward to more Mongo M'goo streams.
Yeah, I love that people hang out on my streams. It's really nice.
Yeah, you gotta stop streaming when I'm at work. I would love to have.
I'm sorry, I'm Swedish. Okay, I can't help it.
I'm sorry, I'm Swedish. No, don't.
Yeah, when am I gonna stream? Like 2 in the morning?
Well, yeah, you're usually up till like 6 a.m. anyway.
Well,
No, we're not gonna throw stones. It's fine. I look forward to catching more Mongo streams whenever I can. We'll get to
look forward to having you.
We'll get to viewer questions in a minute here. But just in general, Mongo streams also have the best music. That is totally true. Do you make some of your own music?
Nope. I've made one song ever.
Yeah, I thought I heard someone say that. And I wasn't sure what song it was, but now whenever I go onto your stream, I just assume that you've made all the music, and you don't have to correct me.
The music I play on my stream is either a Swedish group called Dunderpatrullen, which means Thunder Patrol. Yep,
which I've looked up, and it's quality stuff.
Yeah, or I play the Neverhood soundtrack, which I bought on accident.
What?
Yeah, I was just. Yeah, well, I had iTunes on my computer, and I just thought, does iTunes have the Neverhood soundtrack? And so I searched the Neverhood soundtrack, and I was gonna look how much it costs. And iTunes have this funny thing that when you press the button, it doesn't ask you, do you want to buy this? It just buys it for you immediately. And so I had this soundtrack, and it was just like, it's not Everhood, it's Neverhood. That's. So I was just like, well, I guess I have this now. and so I just played it on stream, and it just, yeah, that's what I play now.
Sure.
Because it's really stupid music, and I love it.
It's not just stupid. It's catchy. It implies movement. It's good.
Well, sometimes, I mean, yeah, some is catchy. I really love, what's it, the South Porch Whistler, or whatever that song is called. But then there are like, there are songs called, just called Tomatoes, Potatoes, and My Peas, which is just some guy going, potatoes and tomatoes and my peas, over and over again. That's a song.
Maybe I need to look deeper into this, because someone, I forget who, someone was playing it on stream the other day. What is it? Was it a Reinhardt? Was it... Someone else is playing Neverhead music. I'm like, this is jam. But I gotta look up some tomatoes and potatoes and peas.
My peas. So it's country music. It's whatever music. It's
mood music, and take that as you will.
Yeah.
So
I like Sound Effects Record 33 personally. I hate that song. I hate that song.
I don't know it off the top of my head. Is that?
That song is not a song. It's just some guy that goes like Sound Effects Record 33. Man quietly sitting on a couch, and then it's just silence for like 15 seconds.
Sound Effects Record.
And then he says something else that's silent, and then it's just silence for 15
facing
seconds.
backwards, taking a shower.
It's a great song. Don't tell me you're playing it on.
Oh, I'm playing it on stream.
Great.
Okay, we could do without that. Anyhow,
yeah.
So, in general, what advice do you have for someone out there who would want to follow in the footsteps of Mongo? Whether that's getting your stream off the ground and getting a couple people in to watch you, or whether it's art, or like, what advice do you have for someone who would want to do what you do?
Well, for people who would like to do art, don't compare yourself to others. That's dumb. Don't be scared to show people things that you've made because you're afraid that it's bad, because then you're depriving the world of all that's good that you've made.
That's a really sweet way of looking at it. Yeah.
If you're scared of looking bad, you don't care about your art. You care about your pride, and that's stop that. Don't do that. Just draw a stick man and post it. Just draw.
Chad is already disagreeing with you. No, share your art. Mongo is right.
Are they comparing with me? Are they disagreeing with me?
No, it's okay. Never mind. Evie's coming around. I think that's really good advice. Like, it's one thing to aspire to be like the people who inspire you, but it's another to say, like, I'll never get there. Like, if what you do can bring joy to someone, why hide it?
I mean, you will never. If there is drawing like me, then yeah, you will never get there, because my art style is my art style. You will get somewhere. I thought you were
gonna say because my art style sounds better.
No.
It's better.
You will walk down your own path. You will reach your own goals. What the fuck? You don't draw like me. Don't draw like me.
But look at Pico. It's so cute. Pico? I always say the name wrong.
Pico is wonderful. I love Pico, and I love when other people draw Pico, because then he looks completely different. He looks like someone else drew Pico, and that's wonderful. I love seeing other people's art style. Why would I want to see my characters in my art style from someone else? Why would I want that? That's dumb.
It's like cover bands who sound exactly like the band they're covering. It's like, we want a slightly different experience, you know?
Yeah.
So chat, make sure if you're not in my Discord, join my Discord and post your Pico fan art. I expect to see, if I don't see at least 10 different Pico fan arts tonight, I'm closing the Discord forever. That's not true, but I encourage that. I drew a stickman and posted it. That's a start.
That's a start.
Mongo has his own Discord. We'll post it there too. You can shout out your Discord if you like. We'll get to shoutouts in a minute.
Mongo, what should I draw? Draw me as a Jigglypuff.
You stole it. I was about to say, let's get started with some viewer questions. Sunset by Plane asks, Mongo M'goo.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm active in your community. I've stopped.
No, it's not that you're active, it's that people like you better than me. I didn't mention it, but do you see my sweet Mongo t-shirt? You can get your own Mongo M'goo t-shirt at ko-fi.com/Mongo M'goo. Make sure you check it out. And when people get there,
you can't.
And when people get there and find out that you can't, at least maybe they'll still give you money. Right? It's the old bait and switch.
I've been lied to. Here, have my money.
Humble Turkey wants to know what drawing, what art utensils do you use? What pens? What things?
I use
he's reading it.
I use Faber-Castell Multimark 1513 permanent, OHP, CD, glass, plastic, metal, etc. Wasserfest, Lichtbeständig. Oh, that is just waterproof in different languages. Okay, yeah, Faber-Castell Multimark 1513 permanent. Size F, M, and then I also use for the hatching. I use Artline 200 fine 0.4. You can't read this.
You get all that, chat?
Because my camera sucks, so you can't read this. Get dunked on.
Oh, I guess the better question was: is there a specific brand you recommend?
No. Draw with whatever. Draw with whatever.
I got these Crayola dry erase markers and some loose leaf paper, and we're gonna be an artist.
Yeah, I just go into the store and I just, okay, this is 200 gram. I just buy this. Oh, here are some pens. Grab those, and then I go home and draw.
Okay. Constriction wants to know: have you studied art like in college or in school, or is it just something you've picked up on your own, or you do for fun? I'm paraphrasing your question, but I like mine better.
I did just start on my own, but then I did go to an art school, and it sucked. I hated it, every second of it. My art style would not exist if I hadn't gone there, but that's not because of the school, really. Because I wanted to develop my own style. But they were like, we are going to send you out in the middle of autumn with like clay crayons, and you're gonna draw a picture of this bridge. And I was just like, fuck you. Why? I don't want to draw that. I want to draw characters. I want to draw funny characters.
I imagine for a lot of people that's helpful, but it's like putting your talent in a box. Yeah,
that's not what I wanted to learn, and I never got to learn that. It was just like, make a clay sculpture and have your teacher yell at you for no reason. And then the final assignment was just do whatever you want. That was the final assignment. Do whatever you want. You can either get like. You can either get like a good grade or a bad grade. There's no in between, and so I just drew 100 characters, and that's how my style came to be. I just drew 100 characters, and it started looking really meh, and now it looks like what I do today,
which is much less meh. Excellent.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh. God damn it. My Grass Type asks, hey Mongo, how do we insult our siblings in another language? What is your favorite Swedish insult? Can you please insult my brother live on stream?
Okej. Jim, du är en fantastisk människa och jag älskar varje sekund jag tittar på dina streams.
It sounded like you're a fantastic guy, but you have scurvy.
Okay, sure, yeah.
No,
yeah,
what does it mean? Sure. I gotta know.
No, that's a secret.
Any Swedes in chat?
But here, I can send you the first character I drew in this in this assignment where I drew 100 characters.
Ooh, you have it ready. I didn't even send that as a prepared question. This was the first Mongo original?
This was the first like character that started my style.
Nice, like Daffy Duck with an exploding cigar.
yeah, that is exactly what it is. She is like a pyromaniac with explosives, and so she's constantly covered in soot.
Awesome. Very cool. It's like, I mean, I still have more in the slideshow that I turned off as we got to talking. But like, seeing your style, what it's become now, it's very much like I would hang that on my wall, like your meow piece.
Thank you.
And your sweet Mothman, like it's so. What drew me to your art in the first place? Like, you came around, funny guy, gotta have him on more because he helps my numbers. But then like I saw your art, and it's like, it's genuinely cool because it's such a classic cartoon style that feels like, yeah, I'm like out here trying to be an art critic without trying to say anything cliche, but it draws the eye, and then it's like really cool and cute and funny, but then like there's something a little bit almost unsettling behind it that's really cool, especially the Pac-Man.
What about it is unsettling?
Well, some of it. I think in this slideshow. Hold on, let me keep scrolling through some of the Pac-Man. What about it is unsettling? Like, here's the piece you did for Ruby Ruse. I think it's like I love the way you draw trees and stuff and nature scenes that bring out like this very otherworldly sort of vibe.
Thank you.
We're supposed to be doing viewer questions, but just sitting here complimenting you because I think you complimented me in Swedish. But
I did, yeah, I did do that. I'm sorry, Grass Type. I didn't do what you asked of me.
He looks like he's about to offer me a cursed item. Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay. So this piece was kind of okay. That's gone now.
No, it's back.
That piece was kind of frustrating because my favorite things to draw are is like the face and facial expression.
You've told me this story. Go on.
So I drew I drew the eyes, and I was really happy with the eyes. But then he was like, "Can you give them ruby eyes?" And I was just like, "Fine, I guess I can." But I did.
It came out cool looking.
Well, yeah, it looks cool, but it looked better.
So possibly Ko-Fi viewer reward after you go and buy a couple T-shirts. Like maybe he'll release the non-ruby-eyed version.
Oh, that sketch is thrown away.
I know. I'm still just making stuff up for no reason. Sunset by Plane wants to know with an actual question: how did you draw 100 characters, and how many characters did you draw in a day? Like, was it something you were just trying to grind out for the assignment, or was it stuff you like a moment where you made your own motivation because you were like on a roll?
So the original thought was just it was like in one school year. I was like, okay, let's see, I can draw at least one character a week.
Okay.
And that way I don't risk getting burnout, and I was just gonna draw as many as I could. But then I drew a character, and then I immediately drew another character, and then I just drew at least I drew at least a character a day, and like my record was like 5 characters one day, and I just drew everywhere. I was just like, math class, fuck that, I'm gonna draw, and then. And then I just had 100 characters, and was like, okay, maybe I'll stop here. This is enough. This is a nice round number.
Okay. 100 Spelunky skins when? Simon, don't do that. Triple B wants to know.
Mission me.
As an extension of that, how many times on average do you have to like work through a design, scrap or change before you get one you like? Is it something that do you often take what's in your head and like it comes out fully formed like this is what I wanted, or is there like a reiteration process?
Sometimes it looks exactly how I imagine it to be, but that's very rarely. My teacher has told me that my way of working is really weird, and I agree, and I'm not gonna stop. Basically, I draw with a mechanical pencil. I just draw with a mechanical pencil. I draw the sketch, and then I just erase constantly. Like every line that I don't like, I just erase it. And sometimes I'm like, ooh, this character looks garbage, but the top half is good, and so I just take away the bottom half, and then I give him another one, and then I'm like, now the top half looks weird, and so I erase that until there's something completely different, and when I'm finally like, this is good, I start inking it, and then I erase the sketch underneath it, so the sketch is never saved. The sketch is always gone afterwards.
Okay. And I think that answers Saf's question in chat pretty well. That would like you go mostly freehand just based on what you think would feel right. Yeah. Like what's the famous quote? To sculpt an elephant, you start with a block of clay and remove everything that doesn't look like an elephant.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. And the only I don't use. I use references sometimes. Like I look at my hand. How can I make this in a cartoon way and stuff like that? But I don't use like skeletons, if you know what I mean.
Sure, I do.
Like I never have a base. I start with a circle, and I always, if I just take a blank piece of paper, I've drawn on this, but whatever. I always imagine like I always start like with a circle around here, and then the ground is always somewhere around here.
Okay.
And that's all. That's the only rules I have.
Huh. Very cool. One or two more. Plasma Neos 14 asks something that I started to ask you while we were setting up the Discord call. Hey, nice hat. Where'd you get that from? Online or at a fair? Or was it a gift or?
Well, me and my family were taking a trip to Scotland.
Okay.
And we took a bus through the Highlands, and there was a museum of like an old village, and they had
museum.
No, it was just a museum of an old village, like
okay.
But it had like a gift shop, and one of the items was an old man's cap made out of wool, and I was like, yep.
I was saying, literally, we were talking about this before we came on. I got one of those hats a while ago, and I put it on like, oh, it looks cool on other people, and I look like a thumb. Like I couldn't like when I had it down, like my hair was just all covering my face. When I had it up, I looked bald, and I don't look great bald. Not everyone can pull that look off. But it looks good. You look good, is what Plaz and I are saying. Very good hat.
Actually. Fun thing, like a few months after I had it, for some reason the actual cap split down the middle for some reason, so it collapsed like this on my head, and it looks stupid.
Well, you tear it in half. Now you got two hats.
Yeah, but, and so we actually cut it open, and we put in a piece of like a Lego bucket and just put it in, and now it works.
Okay. I don't know how hats work. I have like one hat, and it's, well, I guess two now that I have the Jester's cap.
Well, I mean, it's like just a hard piece. The cap is just a hard piece. Okay. And so that broke, and so we put in another hard piece made of plastic.
You do like another half an hour on hats. No, one or two more questions, and then we'll get to wrapping this up.
Hats. I love hats. Actually, I have.
Okay, let's keep talking about hats.
Never mind, I don't have that hat down here.
No, you can find it. We got time.
Okay, see you half an hour. Bye.
My dear friend Kylie wants to know: do you believe that in order to do art, you have to practice regularly, or do you feel that people are inherently artistic?
Both, I guess. Kind of. Like, Of course, you need to practice. I was garbage when I started. You think I you think I drew Mona Lisa at like 8 years old?
Da Vinci did. I think he was like 8. Common misconception.
But when it comes to like being inherently artistic, it's like just being able to keep up, not comparing you, just being happy with what you do, is what I think actually being artistic is.
Okay.
Says okay, not to me, I guess.
Yeah, no, my roommate just came in and took 20 pounds of gummy snake off my floor, and I don't really know why. So yeah, last question. But first, have you seen what people have already done? We have Asher's Pico fan art here. Let me
Wow.
Yep. We have. This is from Infernus. Look at those long arms. Beautiful.
Arm long.
Here's from Grape Tape. Humble Turkey. Quality.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Bagron. We had, of course, Bagron comes in with Pico breakdancing. Of course,
Bagron. Wow.
Yep.
Awesome.
And for sure, more to come.
Yeah. I love
Thank you.
this.
I guess we won't close the Discord. And yeah, more coming from Ghost Elk and Eevee. We'll check. If it's not ready in a minute here, we'll check it out by the end of the stream. But the classic question that I always end with, like, is there anything? Well, the two, I guess. Is there anything in your, we'll say your art career, any mistakes that you've made that you would redo if you had the chance, or anything that like you think other people could learn from in the learning process itself? Any pitfalls to avoid?
Well, I mean, I don't think I've made any mistakes I regret. I only have made mistakes I've learned from.
Awesome. Oh, it is. That's a great way of looking at it. That's not sarcastic.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
That's awesome. Okay.
Everyone thinks that way.
I mean, things for people to avoid is, I guess, just don't compare yourself to others. Just compare yourself to you. Compare yourself to yourself and notice that you are actually improving.
Okay. Nice. And the real final question is, what's been your favorite like experience so far on Twitch, on your own streams and the communities you've been a part of? Like, is there anything that stands out to you, like, that you think of sometimes? Like, yeah.
I mean, I think of many things. I think of the first time I ever came to Twitch, which was the very day that I threw a torch at you. I think.
That was your first day on Twitch?
That was my first day on Twitch. I made an account that day to watch you.
Mongo. I think you've talked about that before, but I didn't know that was like... Huh. Thank you, Tato. Go on.
And I also really enjoyed that time when you and Jess competed on who could give me the most subs for some reason.
that was my first time in your stream, and
No, it wasn't. You had been there before. You have been
since you made affiliate. That was my first time in your stream.
No, I made affiliate like my second stream, and you.
Really?
And you had come in before that. Yeah.
Whatever, I just like giving you money, okay? Why question it?
I think the first time you ever was on my stream was the time when you came in, asked me, hey Mongo, how many more subs until you have a new emote slot?
Okay,
and I said, 8, and then you were like, and then I had 8 subscribers.
Well, whatever success you've had, you deserve it, and I look forward to more.
Same to you.
I like that we're on this little journey together in different paths, and I wish I could draw. I should practice more.
You can draw. Just draw. Just anyone can draw.
True. It's easy to sell yourself short and be like, I can't do blank.
I've seen what you've drawn. I have a sticker right here from Jess. You can draw. Shut up.
Jess, did you put my bun on the latest sticker sheet?
I think so.
Hold it up the camera. This isn't gonna work. Oh yeah, okay. I guess I drew that, the one with the bun and the flowers. Okay.
Yeah, and it's really nice. I like it.
Draw more.
Draw more.
Theodore, where can the people find you online? We got your Twitch and your Ko-Fi. Do you have a Twitter? Anything else to shout out, or how do we support your lovely work?
I post most of my art on Instagram.
See, I don't have an Instagram. I didn't add that.
Yeah. I haven't in a while though, so I've forgotten what I am called.
Instagram.com/
It's just Mongo M'goo. Yeah, I can post it.
Well, I think that's right? Okay, we will. Maybe I'll get an Instagram account and I'll follow you. We don't all need to chant it.
Too late.
Don't. Well, if you're gonna chant it, go check him out. If you have an Instagram, go follow my friend Mongo, and go check out his Discord too. I'm in there. I've posted before.
Have you ever talked in my Discord?
I think I have. I barely know how to use my own Discord. Okay. But I look forward to the next stream. Any closing thoughts? Anything else to talk about?
Play Rain World.
Well, we're gonna come right back with some Rain World. But Mongo, thank you again. Thank you again for coming by and hanging out. It's about time we did this, and I had a lovely time. We should hang out more often, dude.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is, I mean, I would say this is the first time we've spoken face to face, but we haven't.
We have an active DM history. That's.
Yeah. But I mean, like face to face. You see my face. I don't see your face.
All right. Thanks, Mongo. We'll be right back with Rain World.
Pink cloud.